Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out Preemptive Strike. This is episode 24 of Star Trek TNG Season 7, and I am watching this episode today as a bookend to the DS9 two-parter, the Maquis Part 1 and Part 2. If you haven't seen it, I checked out Day of the Dove, which is for Blood Oath, the DS9 episode that comes out before the Maquis Part 1 and Part 2. And then I also checked out Star Trek The Next Generation's Journey's End, which is a Season 7 episode 20 episode, and that is kind of a really good episode to watch, the Maquis Part 1 and Part 2. And now I am checking out Preemptive Strike, which everyone has been telling me is a great way to end that two-parter. And I'm really excited because I really enjoyed jumping back into TOS and TNG this second time around, even if it was just for one episode, but seeing the characters again, seeing how it was filmed, it just like, it was very nostalgic for me. And that's nostalgia that, you know, I've only not been watching the episodes for what, like 6 months now, so it's not like I've been waiting a long time to get back into these characters, but they're just so good, the characters, the writing is so much fun, and yeah, I just really loved it. So I'm really excited to be jumping back into Star Trek The Next Generation, even if it is just for one episode, and to see kind of how the story concludes a little bit. And before we get into this reaction, let me do the lighting. So we decide what color it should be. Boop. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so the lighting today, it might be hard to see in the light today because it's like the middle of the day and it's sunny outside here, but I'm going orange today for the lighting because this is the end of a Cardassian episodic kind of run. You know, Journey's End started with the Cardassians and the Federation and the trade agreement, or the border agreement, I should say, and then the Maquis Part 1 and Part 2 were dealing with the people within this border agreement, the demilitarized zone and stuff like that, and now we are going to be ending it off. I don't know how this is going to end, but I am going to be very interested in finding out. And before we get into this reaction, if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, get over to my Patreon of uncut and early access reactions to my DS9 reactions, Star Trek reactions, and all my movie reactions that come out up to 3 weeks early, as well as exclusive merch, Patreon polls, movie reactions, and so much more. Thank you so much if you check it out, and let's get back to the video. Okay, let's dive into this thing. I hope you enjoy my reaction to episode 24 of Star Trek The Next Generation Season 7, Preemptive Strike.
Demilitarized zone along the Cardassian border. Meanwhile, we're celebrating.
We are still dealing with the demilitarized zone. This is pretty cool.
Row!
It's Onsen Ro, man!
Welcome home. Thanks, it's good.
I've only seen her in one episode, but she's pretty cool.
You shouldn't have gone to all this trouble, really.
We wanted you to know how glad we are to have you back.
Oh, she wants to talk to Picard.
Go ahead, sir.
Please report to the bridge.
Yes, sir. Excuse me.
She's not Onsen Ro anymore. She's Lieutenant Ro. That's so exciting.
That school is more than a challenge. Half the class washes out every year. Although somehow, I didn't think you would be one of those.
Yeah, I don't think she would either.
I want you to know that I really appreciate your recommending me. If it weren't for you, my life would be a very different one right now.
I remember her episode. Her episode was so good. Her first episode.
Ensign Gates.
I love the Enterprise bridge.
Sensors indicate the attacking vessels are Federation ships.
Oh my god. Is this the same scenario that we saw in the Maquis Part 1? Is this the same scenario? Remember, was that there's 2 Federation ships that were not Federation ships? And then there's a Cardassian ship, and the Federation ships destroyed the Cardassian ships. Is this the same situation? Ba-da-da, da-da-da. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na. Banana. Banana. That's what it sounds like. Or that's what I feel like I sound like. Oh man.
Those are Federation ships.
Oh man.
Isolate one and magnify.
I don't think this is the same situation.
Or we will be forced to engage you. No response.
Oh my god.
Mr. Worf, are we in firing range?
Not yet, sir.
Arm phasers and photon torpedoes and stand by.
They're actually gonna fire on them.
Range.
Mr. Worf, can you detonate a torpedo spread between the Maquis ships and the Cardassians?
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Do it.
that could be good. Oh, sick.
Aye, sir.
Wow, this is really cool, actually. Oh, and this guy again.
Do you people have experience treating Cardassians?
Yes.
Who's this Cardassian lady? She's cool. I love the blue on her head.
The fact that my ship was attacked suggests your efforts have met with limited success. They came at us with photon torpedoes.
Yeah.
Type 8 phases.
Yeah, from that Vulcan lady.
Considering that they destroyed a Jurian freighter less than a week ago, I would say that your efforts are meeting with limited success.
Oh, throw his words back in his face. And she's here again. It's cool seeing the crossover characters, isn't it?
The truth is, we caught the Cardassian government supplying its colonies in the demilitarized zone with weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
This Maquis situation has you worried.
It is pretty worrisome.
Their ranks are growing. They're acquiring ships, weapons.
Yeah, it's becoming a war.
They seem to be scattered in small cells around the zone. And we don't have reliable intelligence about any of them.
Go find Cisco, man.
We intend to infiltrate their organization. And the person we want to do it is aboard your ship right now.
Oh, it's Roe. It's going to be Ensign Roe. Or Lieutenant Roe.
Me to infiltrate the Maquis?
Yeah, they do.
I never thought I'd be helping them out.
Well, this is a rare case when our interests and theirs coincide. We both...
Yeah, a very rare case.
A man I both admired and respected. He was sympathetic to them. He resigned and left to join them.
Really?
2 years ago, Starfleet would never have tapped you for this mission. They must have a lot of confidence in you now.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
And that's to validate your faith in me.
Oh, that was sweet. That was sweet. I like that she looks up to Picard. I guess he really did help her out, didn't he? There she is, undercover. Nice outfit. Oh my god, and she's trying to hide from Starfleet.
This establishment will be closed down.
You say she has dark hair?
Yes.
She was here.
She was here. He's like, come back, come back. Dude, what a play actually, to actually have Worf and Data come down. That's genius.
You don't often meet someone willing to say that out loud.
In the zone, there are a lot of us who feel that way.
Oh yeah, he's part of the Maquis.
People like that.
Oh my god. They can take her, he took her, but she can't know the location. That's interesting.
Who are you?
We're the people who saved you from Starfleet.
Thanks, but I'll be going now.
Oh my god. You either join us or die.
My name is Ro Laren. I grew up in the Bajoran camps.
Well, that would explain why you have no love for Cardassians.
Yep, yeah, it would.
Check your story. When were you there?
Starfleet let me out about 3 years ago because I agreed to do some work for them.
Well, it's kind of interesting.
But I got tired of watching them placate the Cardassians.
She's only telling the truth for the most part.
What if we were?
If you were, I would ask if I could join you and help you fight.
Okay, row your boat.
They're afraid you'll destroy the peace treaty.
They don't understand the situation here in the zone.
That's what everyone keeps saying.
Take our chances. Then one night I was dragged from my bed and beaten.
Oh, really?
How old were you when your father was killed?
I'd rather not talk about that.
Hungry? Would you like something?
What a change of conversation there.
I miss his company. And his Hasperat.
My father...
Looks like a chicken lettuce wrap. It looks really tasty though. Kind of hungry.
Tongue-searing strong. You'd make an old man very happy.
I will enjoy making it again.
I really like this guy, and I really like that this episode is really humanizing the Maquis. What a beautiful location though. That is actually gorgeous. That's a good vacation destination.
D2 said he could verify that the Cardassians are going to start supplying their colonists with biogenic weapons.
Oh no.
Seem to find a way around problems like that.
Then we have to make a preemptive strike.
Preemptive strike?
They're not going to give you med kits just because you ask for them.
I have no intention of asking for them.
She's gonna steal them. Steal them.
But she can make very strong Hasperat.
What?
We need medical supplies.
I like this old guy.
We should let her try.
Yeah, let her try, let her try. So interesting. She's gonna like pretend to sneak aboard the Enterprise.
And a witness.
I thought she was just gonna go on board, pretend to sneak around, ask Picard for some med supplies. But now she actually has to pretend, like actually sneak around.
We'll send a ship to investigate.
With the right security codes, we can disable the proximity detectors on the boys.
Really?
Of course I do. We need those medical supplies.
In that case, let me do my job.
Yeah, bro. Dude, I love how confident she is.
What's wrong?
If I don't input the right code in the next 20 seconds, we'll trigger the proximity.
Oh, no.
It worked.
Oh, let's go, Ro.
Enterprise, we have yet to receive any communication from her.
She's about to be on the Enterprise in a second.
Might as well break out the palm beacons and try to find them that way.
That is impressive.
It'll be hard for them to locate us with just the directional sensors. Besides, they're looking for a damaged sign chip that wants to be found.
Wow.
They're here. Stand by to engage thrusters.
Wow, this is so cool.
Want to beam through their shields?
We can't. If we're going to get those medical supplies, we're going to have to take this ship through their shields.
Really?
Sir.
Wait, this is actually so impressive.
Impulse, the thrust, destabilizes the shield configuration right at this point. I'm going to try
Wow.
to push through there.
Dude, Ro is a genius.
This mission. But it seems to be coming from Lieutenant Rowe.
Okay, they're gonna know to let her get whatever she wants.
A vessel of some kind is attempting to penetrate our aft shields.
Let them. Let them.
We're going to make it.
Oh my god, this is cool. Oh my god, this is so cool. Now they're helping her a little bit with the heist. Get out of there. You said you have to go quickly.
Mr. Worf, lock phases on their previous position and fire.
Aye, sir.
On their previous position, okay. Wow, it's even more beautiful of the day.
Well done. I'll have to inventory supplies and find out what we have.
See you later.
Wow, they all trust her now. Oh my god, if she reveals that she's working for Starfleet, oh, this is not going to be good.
But I've known since I first met you that in your heart, you're one of us.
Yeah, maybe in her heart she actually might be.
Captain's log supplemental.
She's been sympathetic to them earlier in the episode.
They'll be willing to commit as many ships and people as possible.
Oh, what?
And then we could put together a convoy and send it towards the demilitarized zone.
Interesting.
We could station our ships in the Hugora Nebula to avoid detection.
Wait, interesting.
Basically, I would be leading them into a trap.
Yeah, you'd be leading them to die, probably.
Well, if I do, sir, it will not stop me from carrying out my duty.
I knew that I could count on you.
In her heart, she sympathizes with the Maquis, but she's following orders.
Items are all perfectly legal.
How close are the Cardassians to having the components they need?
Very close.
Yeah, very close.
In convoy, left Deep Space Nine for the demilitarized...
Deep Space Nine!
I'll discuss the situation with the other cell leaders. Considering what's at stake, they'll want to help.
This is... Oh my god. She's actually leading these people into a trap. And I don't want them to go into the trap because I actually kind of like these people now. Maybe what they're doing is very extreme, but as people, they seem nice, you know?
I spent 10 years in the camps. I don't give up.
I've been thinking a long time about what our celebration will be like.
Aww.
You'll make hasperat.
Yeah, of course
I'll
you will.
make blueberry pie.
Oh, yum.
I'll even play the balaclavian. That'll give everyone a laugh. It's a difficult instrument, but I enjoy the challenge.
My father played the clavier.
Oh, now she can sympathize with this guy even more.
And afraid of monsters under my bed. He played for me.
Oh, man.
Monsters were afraid of it. And when they heard it, they would disappear. When I listened to that music he played for me.
The flute in the background?
When he died, I realized even he couldn't make all the monsters go away.
Wow. Wow, that was a great little monologue there from Ro.
A celebration of what?
Of absolutely nothing.
Oh, I love this guy.
I'd like that.
This is the most human that the Maquis have been. Even the two-parter of DS9, they were definitely like the antagonists of that, right? Cardassians! No. If the old guy dies, I'm suing the show. No! Oh, okay. Good shot, good shot. Oh, nice. Oh no, the old guy's dying. No! No! Yeah, this guy deserved it 100 times.
An old fighter like me die.
He didn't even get to do a celebration.
Always steps forward to take his place.
Is Ro gonna start leading the Maquis? Man, I wanted to see him feast.
We have to cancel the mission.
Oh my god, actually.
Every intelligence report that I get from Starfleet suggests that the Maquis are eager to expand their strikes.
Yeah, they are. She's trying to protect them.
More conservative. I'm sure others who have a more militant attitude.
What's going on?
Yeah, Picard can see through her.
Even though it meant helping the Cardassians, even though it meant betraying people who were fighting against them. Now I'm not sure where I stand.
Wow, wow.
If you back out now, you'll throw away everything you've worked for.
It's a big moment for Laren.
I would certainly have you court-martialed if you sabotage.
Oh my god. Even when Picard's whispering, he's kind of tough.
I'll carry out my orders, sir.
No, she doesn't want to do that.
I just wanted to make sure that nothing happens to obstruct this mission.
Riker's gonna pretend to be a Maquis as well. Imagine Riker turns.
Captain's log supplemental. We have received word from Commander Riker and Lieutenant.
Wow, that looks like a painting.
Aye, sir.
Oh my god, a fleet of ships.
Arm your weapons.
Acknowledged.
Starfleet can't make its move until we're out of the deep.
Oh, Riker has a Bajoran. He looks pretty good.
What the?
Ro Laren.
I can't let this happen.
Oh my god. She made up her mind.
The polarizing effect being created by the beam may make it possible for us to be detected.
Yeah.
Squad leader to all ships. Abort the mission. Repeat.
Oh my god.
Abort the mission.
Oh my god, Ro.
When she comes aboard, take her into custody.
Oh man.
Fine. Go ahead. Stand by to beam me aboard.
Oh my god. Really?
You can take the ship back to the Enterprise.
You're going with them.
It's been a long time since I really felt like I belonged somewhere.
I wonder if Ro Laren will be in DS9 then in the future.
So long, Ro. Take care of yourself.
Riker kind of understands at least.
Goodbye, Will.
Seems he's not like super angry. Wow, the development. I wonder if we're gonna see her in DS9. That would be sick. I hope we see the Maquis again. Picard is in shock. That was a great final shot of Picard there. That was cool. And that was my reaction to Preemptive Strike, the episode 24 of season 7 of Star Trek The Next Generation. I keep wanting to say Star Trek DS9 just because I'm watching so much Star Trek DS9. But yeah, this was a really nice episode to end off that Maquis two-parter that is in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. If you haven't seen my reactions to DS9, you can go check them out. I'm watching every single episode from that show, starting from The Emissary in season 1 all the way up, and now I am almost done season 2. I have reacted to the Maquis part 1 and part 2. Those are the last 2 episodes that I watched, and yeah, I am really loving TNG. I mean, from the one episode that I watched. I mean, I loved TNG in the past as well, but it was just so nice to be back in this world and seeing Picard, seeing Riker, seeing Data, seeing Worf for a little bit, and seeing Ensign Ro. I did not expect Ensign Ro to be in this. There's not Ensign Ro anymore, Lieutenant Ro. And then at the end of this episode, just Ro Laren. She's not a lieutenant, she's not an ensign, she's not part of Starfleet or anything like that. She's not part of the Federation, she's part of the Maquis. And now I have to wonder, are we going to see Ro Laren in Star Trek Deep Space Nine? Are we going to see her in that show? Because the way that the Maquis are left in Star Trek Deep Space Nine at the end of that two-parter, when Sisko sits down at the table and Kira comes up to Sisko and is like, yeah, you prevented a war, you stopped the war from happening, good job. And Sisko just blankly stares and he goes, did I prevent it? Or did I just delay the inevitable? And then the episode ends. And that's how the Maquis are left off in Deep Space Nine. So it doesn't feel like the Maquis are done with. It doesn't feel like the writers are done with that story. There's still so much that could happen with that story. The border agreement, the demilitarized zone is still like full of conflict. Even at the end of this episode, the Maquis are still at large and are way more at large than they would have been if Rolaren stayed with the Federation. And so especially how big this conflict is probably going to be in DS9, just because DS9 is located next to Bajor and just because DS9 is located close to the demilitarized zone, or closer than the Enterprise will be because the Enterprise flies around all the time. I think that we're going to see the Maquis again in DS9, and I think that it would be really cool if Rolaren makes an appearance, because that would be so sick. But yeah, I think the thing that this episode did the best, the thing that Preemptive Strike did the best, was humanize the Maquis. Because when I was watching every episode, Journey's End doesn't have the Maquis in it, but it's the start. You know what I mean? That is the very first step into forming the Maquis. That is when the agreement and the demilitarized zone is being finalized. The treaty hasn't happened yet, but it is about to happen. And so we're seeing these villages and these civilizations on worlds that are about to become Cardassian worlds. And, you know, we're seeing the Federation trying to evict these worlds and stuff, and the residents are saying, no, we want to stay. So we're seeing the very first baby steps of the conflict in Journey's End, which is awesome. And then we move into the Maquis part 1 and part 2, and we actually get the Maquis in that episode. You know, we get Sisko and Sisko's friend, his name was like Bill or something like that, I forget his name at the moment, but you know, that admiral guy, or that, I don't know, captain guy, whatever you want to call him, and he was Sisko's friend, and now he's one of the leaders of the Maquis, of one of the cells and stuff like that. But in both of those two-parters, even though we get a lot of the Maquis, they are still very much the antagonist. And, you know, we are still on Sisko's side. We are even on Dukat's side for a little bit in DS9. But in Preemptive Strike, I mean, in the first two Maquis, part 1 and part 2, we understand why everyone is fighting, because because I saw Journey's End. But if you didn't see Journey's End, you would understand that these people are fighting because the worlds have become Cardassian. But then, like, you'd still be like, I don't know, the Federation let you move and stuff like that. Like, it wouldn't impact you as hard if you hadn't watched Journey's End. So I'm so glad that I did watch Journey's End. But in Preemptive Strike, this is like the episode that really humanized the Maquis. We spent most of the episode with the Maquis, with a splinter cell or with a cell of the Maquis, and yeah, everyone was just so nice. The old man dying was so upsetting, but he was so kind to Rolaren. You know, they're not monsters, you know what I mean? Like, maybe some of their actions are a little extreme, but it's very understandable why they are doing the things that they are doing. Their homes are being taken away by the Cardassians. Their lives are being tortured because the Cardassians want them to leave the planet, and so they're doing everything in their power to make them leave their planets and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so you could really empathize, that's the word, empathize with the Maquis in this episode. And this is the first time in all 4 of the episodes dealing with the Maquis where I felt like I was actually empathizing with them a lot more, and rather than just looking at them like they were the enemy that Sisko or Dukat wanted gone, and that they were threatening peace and stuff. That it actually felt like in this episode they were fighting for something a lot more than what the other episodes have let on, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I mean, I really loved this episode. It was so nice to be diving back into TNG, and I hope that I get to see more of the Maquis in Star Trek Deep Space Nine going into the end of Season 2, and maybe even Season 3 and beyond as well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. If you haven't checked out my other Star Trek reactions, if this is one of your first ones that you're watching on the channel, I checked out a whole bunch of Star Trek TNG, a whole bunch of Star Trek TOS. I watched all of the movies, and now I am going through every single episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Again, I just finished the Maquis part 1 and part 2, and I'm almost done Season 2, heading into Season 3. Really excited to see what's happening happening in DS9 because I'm loving that show. Really happy that I got to jump back into TNG for one episode. I love this show a lot, and so maybe one day when I have more time, I can start watching a little bit more TNG on the side of DS9, or when I'm done DS9, watch a little bit of TNG before hopping into Voyager and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just really enjoy Star Trek. I'm enjoying this universe a lot, and if you haven't checked out any of my other videos, then there's a lot of Star Trek on this channel for you guys that I have to offer for you and for hopefully your enjoyment. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next Star Trek DS9, TNG, TOS, or other movie/TV show reaction. See you then.